So first of all, when we look at a too high look and we're like, okay, we're either going to run the ball or we can run quick screens really well. We're going to talk about how to block it just briefly, okay, because that's going to be a whole nother topic if we just talk about the blocking. But the 5 linemen will identify the 5 guys that they're going to block, okay? So normally we use a big on big, a bob technique, a big on big up front, and then the center identifies the mic, and your offensive line coach can determine how that's going to be blocked, whether they attack at the line of scrimmage, whether they take a single pass set. The technique involved in all that will be unique to the players that you have and your O-line coach's ability to teach it. But in an ideal world, it's 5 on 5. Somebody may or may not come free. Okay, so we just have to know that. So the technique by the running back is everything's going to be play action. He has to run play action like he's actually going to get the ball, primarily on the play side of the defense. Okay, so if we're throwing the ball to the left, we want the play action to come from the offensive left so that the players on defense are frozen for a second or two. Okay, so they don't move. So we're going to put their feet into the ground and run the play action the best that we can. And sometimes, because these are high school athletes, sometimes that running back will play action real quick and then have to block somebody that's coming free. Maybe it's through that A gap. Okay. If our running back ends up on the wrong side, our quarterback is responsible for making sure that he actually gets to the correct side. Okay, so we have 5 blockers for 5 on 5, identify the mic, play action by the running back. The quarterback is taught to not do play action. Okay, he's going to be grip it, and rip it. Okay, he doesn't even have to have the laces to do that. So we always tell our quarterbacks, do not run the play action, allow the running back to do it. You're just going to grip the ball and you're going to rip it out to the receiver that we've chosen as a play call, okay? And so if you look at this particular defense here, and I know I didn't draw on that backside because we're not getting the ball out there anyway, but we would run a 51, so this is our one receiver. We would run this particular quick screen when we have a bailing or soft safety, or maybe their corner isn't as physical as as he thinks he is, okay? So if we would basically reach block and stock block those 2 receivers. We always tell our receivers to block the most dangerous player and allow our number 1 receiver to be one-on-one with the free safety, okay? And so the value of blocking out here is so high. We want to make sure that our perimeter blocking is just as important and not undersold, and just like the blocking on the line of scrimmage, okay? So we have to block on the perimeter just as well as anywhere else. Okay, and so we will leave one guy unblocked, and so we believe our receiver can beat that guy. So we'll be looking for that, okay? So here's an example of us being in a 2x2. And so if you look at this 2x2, we've got 2 high safeties as we had just talked about. Okay, so the line of scrimmage is going to identify which 5 they're going to block if they decide to blitz or to stunt. The running back should have play action. The quarterback should just grip the ball and rip it out. And so because we're in a stack formation here in this example, we're going to tell the receiver that's blocking to take the most dangerous player. And so, again, we don't want our athletes to be robots because one of these guys could fly down and he ends up blocking the wrong guy. So don't be a robot, be an athlete. Determine as the play is extending on who to block. And so the other receiver is going to take a hard step forward, come back, catch the ball, and get upfield and basically be one-on-one in open space. Okay. And when our receivers are one-on-one in open space, we kind of expect them to win that matchup. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, we got a really good stock block at the top. We allow our receiver to go one-on-one with the other athlete, which was the safety, and pick up 10 yards. So that's a pretty good quick screen. Okay, extension of the run game. Okay, so now we are in a different formation. Okay, we're in 21, 22 personnel, actually double tight ends here with 1 receiver. Okay, so bringing guys into the box. So here's another quick way to bring people in the box and get the ball out to zone 1 like we first originally talked about, because we feel like either there's 3 things. Number 1, zone 1 is open, or zone 2, number 2, zone 1, the player in zone 1 is not very physical, okay? And if he is, maybe he's not as disciplined as he could be, Okay, and number 3 is our matchup's just better than theirs. Okay, so one of those 3 things exist in zone 1, so we're going to take that situation. Okay, so I think the quarterback could get the ball out of his hands a little bit quicker. Doesn't have to take a 3-step drop here. He could just take the snap and chuck it out there as fast as he can. So the receiver actually has to wait for the ball a little bit. But even though the zone is open, that's number 1. And number 2, our athlete's better than theirs. So we got the matchup that we like. Okay, so here's another example. Into the boundary. Okay, so we're not always just going to throw it to the wide side, although we enjoy doing that because there's a little bit more space to run. We will throw the ball into the boundary, depending again who the personnel is in the boundary. Okay, so this would be a 41, and so this here would be zone 3, which is just the opposite of zone 1, just to the other side. Okay, 2 high safety. We're even in a 20 personnel group package. They're still in a 2 high safety. So we're going to throw the ball out, have an extension of the run play, the run game. Okay, so here's another example. Okay, so another example would be 53. Okay, maybe we don't have the arm strength as a quarterback to always get it out to 1. Maybe the quarterback is uncomfortable getting it out to the 1. Maybe the 3 receiver is the better receiver, and you're just trying to get the ball into the athlete's hands because that's what we're trying to do for the most part. Okay, and so here would be another example of getting the ball to the same zone, okay, but just to a different athlete. Okay, number 1 would be, is the zone occupied? If it's not, if it's open, let's get the ball there. Okay, is the athletes in that zone good athletes? Are they great tacklers? If not, let's get the ball there. Or number 3, our athlete is physically or mentally a better athlete than the person they're playing against. Let's just get it out there and let the guy play ball out there. Okay, so here's another example. 53 to the left. If we were doing it to the right into zone 3, it'd be 43. Okay. So here we are in an empty set. Okay, spreading the ball around, and so we're looking at our matchups. We're looking to zone 1 over here. What does our matchups look like? Looks like we're 2 over 2. Maybe that guy's a half man over 3, and so we like our matchups in zone 1. And we're gonna let this number 3 receiver go one-on-one with either an inside linebacker or a safety over the top. Okay, and so we like that matchup. Okay, here's another bird's eye view technique of it. And so if we look at this, we got the same look 2 over 2 here. But the inside backer looks like he's on a stunt there. So we have free safety. We have a free safety on the 3. And so we like our matchup in zone 1. Running back should be running play action. Quarterback should just grip it and rip it. And if you see, we're expecting this player to beat that player in open space one-on-one. That's an emphasis of ours. Don't get tackled in space by the guy we expect you to beat. A couple extra yards there.